Now I trade high probability setup. High probability setups gives me a 95% chance that my prediction is going to be accurate based on my technical analysis I've already done before the market opens.
Did
You
you
see
hear that
that?
number?
Yeah,
You heard that
I
number,
heard
bro?
that number. I heard
No,
that.
I think
That's a pretty good
no,
number.
no. I think we need to hear it one more time.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bowie Podcast, guys. You got your boys,
It's Ken Qualms.
Ken Qualms, Jesse Bowie Fitness, coming back at you with another one.
And today we have a special guest with us. You know,
Sir.
goes without mentioning, but go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to thank y'all for having me, guys. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, keeping it consistent week after week, sharing
Thank
some
you.
good information out there. Listen, man, you guys are doing tremendously well. But hey,
Thank you.
they call me Oteng Investments. Yeah, because I talk investments.
Yes, sir.
And why is investment important? Because the generation needs investments. And at the end of the day, it's a skill that if every young guy, every young female will be able to tap into, hey, I'm telling you, it could be the source of freedom. And that is why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Nah. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
man.
it
We
was
definitely
good.
appreciate you
Thank
coming
you,
on
thank you.
with us today. I mean, leading forward, we kind of want to get a bit into, I guess, a bit more of the background, and I guess I'll start off with how I got introduced to you. We met, I think, when I was like 19, 20-ish, you know what I'm saying, when I was doing parties at the time. You were the first person to ever believe in me, basically, you know what I'm saying, and came on as an investor. And then from that point, our relationship was just kind of grown and grown from that point, but that's from like my side of things. I wanted to get into like a bit of your background, and if you could talk a bit about like how you started off,
Absolutely. So, originally from Ghana, West Africa. And, I went to all boys college, Prempeh College. Never forget that experience because it gave me that foundation to, I believe, where I am today. But it all started when I started taking business course. I just love the idea that you can give me $20 and I can turn into $100.
Yeah. Okay.
That whole principle, that whole mindset is something that intrigued me. A lot of people have different talents. Somebody, you can give them a music, a guitar, and they can make some magical things out of it. So for me, it was about that. And so I started, kind of going into it a little bit further. When I came to the United States about 10 years ago, I decided to, put myself in school via High State University, Buckeye, big fan, and, graduated from finance. And it was all because I just love the idea that you can give somebody $20 or $100 and they can flip it and turn it into thousands or millions or whatever the case is. Of course, stories of Warren Buffett kind of inspired me and all of that good stuff.
Okay.
But then you can read all the books you want.
Mm.
If you don't have the capacity and the ability to do it yourself, I'm sorry. You just read theory. And so I was constantly looking for opportunities and ways to be able to get into this type of investment strategies and zones. So I started reading, kind of doing a lot of research. When I went to finance school, I had two options. Either I went in the investment route or I went into the corporate finance route. The investment route, man, I tell you, they make it very, very competitive. Why? Because right after graduation, you're going to Wall Street. And your first paycheck, you're getting $300,000 or one night. They select the top 10 students. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was good and all, but I couldn't get into that program. So I say it's all good. I went to the corporate finance route, started working with corporate finance, kind of working into the manufacturing business and all that. But I still knew, but hey, at the end of the day, the ability to be able to gain that same skills, to be able to do it myself, have the edge myself, and not necessarily put that on a financial advisor gives me an edge that is very sustainable. Number one, that can actually prolong my freedom in the long run. And that is what motivated me to start looking into what I do currently, which is what we call stock market options trading.
Okay.
I'll get into a little bit of that as we continue the conversation.
Nah, for sure, bro. I mean, is that a topic you're familiar with, Jesse?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I've heard it here and there from Ken, but I don't know too much about the options trading. So I would love to go into that and learn a little bit from you if you could.
Absolutely. So just for me to kind of give a little brief background. So we have the stock market. And the stock market is demand and supply. So for example, Ken says, hey, I've come up with a very nice product, for example, Apple. and that I want to go IPO. IPO means initial public offering, so that I can raise capital. I need the money so I can expand my business. Simple as ABCD, right? And so he puts it out there. He can go to an exchange such as New York or whatever exchange that you prefer. They put it out there, and then you and I can actually start buying into the company based on our belief that, hey, we think Apple is really gonna do well in the future. I like their background story and whatever the case is. As we are buying, if you learn economics, as demand is increasing, the stock price is increasing. As demand is reducing, then the stock price is also decreasing, right? So companies that come up in public offering, their best interest is to be able to satisfy a shareholder. Now you can, the regular people, we become shareholders because we are buying into the company. So as we are buying into the stock price, then the stock price can go up. But how does the stock market go up? It goes up based on their news. What kind of news? Their revenue. If you're a public company, every quarter you're supposed to give us how you're performing. So, for example, Apple, the first quarter they sold about 800 million iPhones. Wow, their sales went up. So guess what? People say, "Wow, this company is doing great." You know what? Apple is going to do well in the long run. You see that? Apple, unfortunately, were not able to get enough chips. So guess what? They couldn't produce a lot. Guess what? People are like, I don't think Apple is really going to go up. So that it's going to come down. Now, if you're buying the share price, that means, for example, Apple came up with $100. That means if you bought one stock and Apple goes to $105 per share, that means you made a profit of $5. Here is the beauty. In option trading, if the stock moves to $5 and you bought it when it was at $100, depending on the time frame of expiration of the contract, you can literally make 100% of your money.
Wow.
That is why it makes option trading very powerful. Let me break it down a little bit. All right,
please.
What is option? Option is you, JBKO, you are predicting the direction of the stock price. If your prediction is accurate, you cashing in. If it's wrong, you're losing money. So, for example, you think that based on what we call technical analysis, you think that Apple is going to go to, Apple is right now $100. You think Apple is going to go to $105 by tomorrow. That is your prediction. If Apple start making that direction, and what I mean by that direction, we have a technical charts that we look at on TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, or whatever. If it start moving in that direction, guess what? Your premium or the money you put to predict, you see an increase in that money gradually moving up. So you start making enough profit in the shortest possible time compared to somebody that actually bought the share price. And so anybody that is good at options, in my opinion, makes a lot more money compared to somebody that is just trading the shares. It is with the shares, it doesn't have expiration. Options have expiration. So you got to get it right or else.
And you have to know it.
Wow. All right. So something that comes to mind is that over the course of like climbing up the corporate ladder and working in the corporate world, were you still trading? Was it something that you were working on, or is this like something that recently you started doing?
So that's a good question. So when I was doing the corporate finance, I was doing a lot of analysis. And so I decided to bring that same knowledge from an analytical standpoint into the trading standpoint. Because guess what? When it comes to the prediction of the direction of the stock, you need some key analysis to be able to give you conviction as to the direction of the stock. And so when I brought my analysis from corporate world to option trading, I personally, let me be honest with you, I was a little bit more, what is the right word to say? I was overconfident. But it taught me a lesson that the analytical world from a corporate standpoint is completely different from the analytical world when it comes to stock market analysis.
Okay.
And so I took a big hit. I'm not going to lie, took a big hit. But that me taking that big hit And that's what has propelled me to be very consistent in my trading game currently, because I had to go back. And actually, I was very fortunate to actually meet one of the stock gurus in the world, that I was able to kind of be. He mentored me into the game, kind of showed me some of the secrets, some of the tidbits, so the emotions that comes with stock trading. And I think that has really prepared me to where I am at the moment.
All right. So before we get into some of the successes, you know what I'm saying? You did mention that taking the hits is fine. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like, what is it that makes you want to keep going after, you know what I'm saying, such a situation? You know, if you can talk a bit about that.
One of the things I realized in life is when you find a solution, and that solution is bringing you what I call cash flow. You want to, number one, modify it, improve upon it, and keep going at it.
Keep going. Yeah. I hear that.
What do I mean? What do I mean? What I mean is that when I realized that Jeff Bezos became the richest man, and that boy was not sleeping. Currently, he just bought an EV company called Rivian. And I was like, my goodness, this boy doesn't sleep. He wants more. Why? Because now you have set the tone, you have set the pathway. Now you have worked hard. Everything that is coming to you become an easy, smooth transition because you've put in a lot of work to get to the position you're in.
No, for sure.
Everything else falls into place afterwards. Yeah.
I definitely can appreciate that.
Oh man.
You know, we can appreciate that. All right, bro. So I mean, now putting all this together, you know what I'm saying? You said you met a mentor essentially, or
absolutely.
Okay.
Met a mentor. That kind of, because like I said, when I came in, I decided to do it myself. And let me be honest, that you can do it yourself. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there are some secrets. And what do I mean by secret? The stock market is all about patterns.
Yeah.
Historical patterns, it's a good indicator of future predictions. If you don't know the secret sauce to setting key items, you can get, it will take your journey a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I wanted to cut that journey into half as quickly as possible. And that is why I had to pay a hefty fine by finding a mentor who has done it, who has been very successful, a multi-millionaire who's been doing this consistently over the years. And he was able to educate me and open my eyes to certain key items that I was missing in my trading journey when I started. And to be honest, it is paying dividends.
You know, it's life-changing numbers. I mean, for sure. At one point throughout the video, we definitely would like to incorporate some of the numbers that you guys are doing, you know, currently on a weekly basis. And now I guess this takes us to the next point. You know what I'm saying? So
no, hold on. I want to ask, was there anything, like any basic advice that you didn't even realize, like it was just right in front of you that he just basically said, like, here it is, and you're like, oh, it's right there?
Oh, a big time. I was swinging a lot, and that is something that we teach in our course, but I don't want to get too much into details. But swing, the problem was sometimes your technical indicators are looking sweet, they're looking good, but a negative catalyst, for example, coronavirus, Omicron, just came out. It will mess up every technical indications that you have, and guess what? It will crash your fund or your investment capital totally. So he moved me from too much of the swinging into what we call the scalping or the day trading, where basically it takes me literally 30 seconds to 5 minutes to scalp a quick move, and then I'm quick in and out. And then he showed me a few tricks into what we called he showed me the scalping method in a quick minute, and then the time frames that I needed to do this scalping. And then he showed me what we call the demand and supply zones. What do I mean? What I mean by that is we are actually, we are called retail traders, and we are up against institutional traders. For example, Goldman Sachs, they are institutional traders. Last year, for example, Goldman Sachs had 41 days. Every single day, they were making $100 million every single day. $100 million, right? He showed me how to trade like an institution, because there is what we call demand zones, and we have something called supply zones. Supply zone is when it gets to that point, they sell, and so the stock tumbles. Demand zone is they have a buy order set in place. The moment stock gets to the demand zone, it fills their orders, and it shoots up. So now knowing and learning those indicators, learning those tricks, it has helped me to be in the position that now I can easily relax, trade with what I call the high probability setups.
Wow.
Would you say those high probability setups are risky in a sense, or since you know you have the foundation of the technical analysis that it's not so much as a high risk?
I tell you guys are asking very brilliant questions, man. So
Thank you.
I used to trade every day.
Yeah.
I stopped. I
Okay.
stopped. Now I trade high probability setup. High probability setups gives me a 95% chance that my prediction is going to be accurate based on my technical analysis I've already done before the market opens.
Did
You
you
see
hear
that?
that number?
Yeah,
You heard that
I
number,
heard
bro?
that. I heard
No,
that.
I think
That's a pretty good
no,
number.
I think we need to hear it one more time, just
All
in
right.
case, you know.
The high probability setups
Uh-huh.
is setups that I have come up with. It's a plan, right? That I have personally come up with. It's until I see this setup, I am not trading.
Okay.
So I wait patiently until I see a setup, and then I go in there in that setup, giving me confidence and conviction about 95%. Because let me be honest with you, when I'm going in heavy.
Yeah, you have to.
So if I miss, I'm going to lose a lot, right?
100.
So that's why I personally, everybody got their own trading plan, and that is why when you come to Oteng Investment, we teach you what is your trading plan. What do you prefer? My trading plan is high probability setups. If I can get that high probability setup even once in a month, and I can go in and bang heavy, I'm done. I'm chilling.
Man,
Yeah.
so I mean, again, now on to the next point. So if I wanted to find a place where I could get that 95% accuracy, you said where could I come?
What was that?
So basically, you have to come to Oteng Investments. And there's a lot of people doing this amazing job. Don't get me wrong, but you see, what we're doing here in Oteng Investment is very special.
Yeah.
We take a very small group of people and we try to educate them and we try to give them the secret, and then we show them how to actually we train them about their emotions. A lot of people coming in the stock market, they have zero emotion. I mean, they have zero experience when it comes to emotions. This thing is all about emotions. Listen, you put $10,000 on the trade and it start going down.
No.
I'm gonna be messed up, right? The psychology of trading, something that we actually hone in a little bit more on and kind of teach the people, educate the people. We actually help them set up a broker account. TD Ameritrade is what we use. We help them set up the charts and all of that indicators that we use as well. There's a lot of indicators out there, but we've kind of honed into a very few indicators, such as the 200 EMAs, the 9 EMAs, the 21 EMAs, and then of course using the RSIs and stuff like that. That kind of help guide us with our technical analysis, right? It's just a guide. It's just not. It's a tool, and then we take our time to teach them, help them go through a practical step, build your confidence. And then we tell them, give them exercise to actually come up with a play, come up with their own plays. Because what we want to do is to empower you so that you yourself can trade, not necessarily depending on us. But don't get us wrong. We also send alerts. As you can see, Ken, we send some alerts. And when we see a good setup in our page. Let's be honest. Not every trader is going to be 100%.
Yeah.
We missed before? Absolutely. But you see, when your winning rate is higher than your losses,
the losses, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
95%. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Weird.
Nah, yeah, bro. I mean, I think it's definitely very important, to then be able to understand what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying, and then kind of use the alerts to go hand in hand with that. You know what I'm saying, as opposed to just learning how to read the alerts and trading blindly. So yeah, I definitely can appreciate that a lot. So if you could tell us a bit more about essentially what the alerts would look like and how that would be set up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So what we do is, every morning we're scanning, right? We're looking for so many things. We're looking for volume. We're looking for news. News is a big indicator to actually gap up a stock or kind of decline a stock. So we're looking for news. We're looking for earnings report and stuff like that. We're looking for a whole lot of things. One of the things is as we and then we narrow it down because guess what? There are about 8,000 stocks, man. It's a lot. Come on, man. We handpick. Sometimes it's just one stock that I find very interesting, kind of fit into my setup. And then I alert my group. What I do is when I'm alerting my group, I let my group know, hey, this is a scalp. And scalp is basically catching a quick momentum. And so I tell them that, hey, if it breaks above a certain number, you enter and then make sure you lock in profit because the volatility that is going on in the morning is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday, what was it? Yesterday or day two, I banked about $3,600 and it only took me 3 minutes.
Like
why?
10 a.m.
3 minutes.
Exactly. And it's because it was a high probability setup. And then the moment the market opens at 9:30 a.m., by the way, and ends at 4 p.m. but the best time to trade is from 9:30 to about 11.
Yep.
After that, the stock market kind of slows down a little bit, but the volatility where you're actually having that high swings and all of that, you got to know what you're doing or you're going to blow your account. You got to know what you're doing. That is where you catch a good move. And that is where you put in about 10 grand. You can bank 100%. You can bank 20%, 30%, whatever it is. You can bank depending on the move of the stock. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
All right. So now I guess as far as the length of the course, how long essentially would I be enrolled in the course for? You know what I'm saying? To go from camp to here. Go ahead, sir.
Absolutely. So the course is a 3 weeks course. The 3 weeks course, and we have 3 teachers that are actually teaching this course. So we first take you to the fundamentals of stocks, right? What it's all about. We take you through why we trade options, right? We take you through scenarios and examples, and then we take you through the psychology. We take you through the types of stocks. So remember, we have penny stocks. Man, penny stocks is unbelievably hot, but it's high risk, high reward, right? Sure. And then we take you through the different blue chip stocks. Blue chip stocks, quality stocks. It doesn't move too much. But if you want something long term, that is a blue chip stock, right? We're talking Microsoft, big blue chip stock, right? Apple, big blue chip stock, right? And then we kind of walk them through about growth stocks. Okay. Amazon is a growth stock. Shopify is a growth stock, right? Stuff like that. Then we talk about QQQs and the SPYs. What is QQQ? QQQ is the index for all technology stocks, right? So think of any technology, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, whatever. QQQ is all embedded in that. We kind of show them the SPY. SPY is also an index, taking the top 500 companies that are very profitable into that SPY. SPY is very great to trade, by the way, but very, very dangerous as well because of the volatility. Yeah. And then we kind of walk them through all of that stuff, and then we teach them the technical analysis. So we help you set you a broker with TD Ameritrade. Why TD Ameritrade? There is Robinhood. There's E-Trade. Robinhood is for beginners. We take you straight to the amateur level, where we believe that is the best platform in America. And then we help you set you up with a technical analysis, help you set your chart up clean, very nice, how you can read the candlesticks. The open and close, what is a doji, what is a hammer, what is all of that. And then we show you the formulas. Oh, somebody. The formulas are what do I mean by the formulas? For example, how can you identify a cup and handle? How can you see a falling wedge, a rising wedge, right? How can you use a Bollinger Band to be able to help with your trade? Some of the guidelines. So we teach all of these things, allowing our clients to actually ask questions, be able to understand things. And one of the things I realized, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of people like to be fed.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like going back and doing the homework. You see that? And that's what I've seen over the years. I stuck a lot of people from actually progressing in their stock market trading. They always want you to give them alerts. To me, it doesn't let you grow.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily paying me so that I just keep feeding you. You're paying me so you can have the knowledge and you can teach your child. My baby girl right now, I'm teaching her. When I'm trading, she's right there with me. So that I need to let her get the understanding from my onset. And I wish people could get that, but a lot of people just come to the course and they want to be fed and that's it, and they don't do any homework. There's a little bit of homework. It's not too much. It's not going to take too much, but drawing support and resistance lines, it's something that if you come in and you really want to learn this game, man, you can't miss it. Support and resistance. It's very necessary.
It's like that saying, like, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a year. Or it's like for a lifetime. just a year. No.
Oh man, I definitely appreciate that, bro. Very interesting, So I mean, going into it from that, then essentially some of the indicators as well. I've gone through the course personally myself, and I've seen some of the things, and I can attest that it was definitely it's definitely very knowledge driven. I learned a whole lot more, what I'm saying, in the course of that 3 weeks, like you said, than I tried to learn in my whole time doing research. What I'm saying? So it's definitely important to be able to, put that trust in somebody who was doing more than me at the time, what I'm saying, and who was very well versed in the trading. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely very important, like going into that. So now again, say as what was it as the alerts page goes, right? How often would you say they come, like say on a weekly basis, monthly basis?
So that's a very good question. So I know there's a lot of trading platforms that kind of give alert every single day. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It just for me or for us, we just love the high probability setups,
Yeah.
right? And that is because if we're giving an alert, I'm playing the alert.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm giving the alert so somebody can bank and that's no, I'm playing the alert. So I'm not playing. So sometimes it could be once a week. To be honest, it could be. And sometimes from the week, every single day I can get an alert because the probability setups are just looking good. Right now, there's not a lot of good setups. To be honest, there's not a lot. Yesterday, the Fed came, said something about interest rate, and everything started tumbling down.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my time and I'm looking at indicators. VIX is really high, right? So VIX is an indicator of fee in the market. So when VIX going up, then everything is crashing. When VIX is going down, then stocks start picking up. So I'm looking at VIX, I'm looking at all the indicators, I'm looking at the NQs, right? And I'm taking my time to analyze until we kind of get a bull run. Because guess what? Oh dear. A lot of institutions are selling now because of tax purposes. You gotta get with somebody who have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
They're selling because tax season is coming up. They got to close their books. It's a financial thing they're doing, and so automatically it crashes stock market because they are buying heavy volumes. I mean, my 10,000 is nothing, man. I mean, they are buying 100 million, $1 billion worth of stocks, stuff like that. So now I'm predicting by next week going to Christmas, stocks is going to be on a bull run again. I'm predicting. But you see, one of the things we do on a technical, we just don't predict by just saying. We predict based on technical analysis. I'm watching SPY. I'm watching QQQ. I'm watching. You see that? So you're just not predicting and guess. No. We don't guess here. You trade what you see, not thinking that, oh, Apple is going to go up because they release iPhone 13. No, that's not how it's done. We use technical analysis.
Yeah, so you definitely appreciate that. Is there any other points you want to kind of get into as far as?
No, I just really appreciate that, like the way that you're setting up this formula for your your course. It's really well put together for people that are just beginning.
For sure.
I really appreciate that. Honestly, especially with the emotional aspect too, because you can't be going in with trading and like get butthurt over losing $500. Like you got to be mentally prepared for that.
Anything can happen.
That's a good point. So anytime we get people coming in, we say, hey, listen, you're going to only be trading one contract. Trade one contract for about 30 days. Build that conviction, build that consistency, build that formula.
Yeah.
And when you start feeling good, now you can add position size, right? And then you can add position size, and you can add position, because one of the things the stock market will teach you is how greedy you are.
Exactly. No, I hear that.
That is facts.
Absolutely.
Nah, that's facts, bro.
I like how, I should say, infrequent the alerts are, because I feel like someone that's just beginning to trade and all that, if you're just doing alerts every single day, people are just gonna get overwhelmed. They're just gonna
they're gonna get overwhelmed, to be honest. And this thing can get very overwhelming, to be honest. It's not, like I said, it's taking me years to be able to get to the position that I'm in.
Exactly.
But somebody coming in and soaking everything for 3 weeks, to be honest, it's not very fair. But what we advise is, listen, that's why we are there. We are resources. Reach to us every single time. Let us guide you. Let us get you one-on-one. Let us practice. Let us get you right. You see that? It takes time to build that. But if somebody can master this skill, I'm telling you, for a lifelong, this, you will never think of a side hustle, because this can eventually turn into a full-blown job.
Yeah, of course.
And I know a lot of people that have turned this into a full-blown job, right? And so I'm not surprised, but it takes time. It takes time.
So, I mean, just to get a bit of like an understanding, if you could get into like how long, like as far as years wise, you know what I'm saying? How many years that you've done this? You know what I mean? Just so we
I've done this 2 years now. But the thing is, I have put in a lot of work, right? Think about it. When I came in and I had my first home run, and the home run is 1,000%, right? I got cocky and I blew everything up.
Yeah.
That me blowing up sat me down to say, listen, if I really want to do this, I got to take it very seriously. So every day I was charting, every day I was charting, every day I was reading, every day. See that? I've taken the burden to be able to kind of narrow it down for the new person coming in to not do the mistakes that I did, so that it will help them propel them quicker.
Of course.
See that? And that is the advantage when you join the Oteng investment class. And like I said, there's a lot of trading courses out there. I just prefer this route, and that's why I'm doing it this way, because I'm more of a guy who looks at sustainability rather than just coming in and going.
I go
And
big, go home again. I hear that.
Exactly.
So going a little bit off topic, I've been honestly blessed with a couple mentors through crypto trading. What are your thoughts on crypto?
Listen, from the news that I'm hearing, I think crypto is it's the new emerging thing, man. I mean, I invested in Shiba Inu. I'm up 400% right now. I'm still holding. I think crypto is the future. There's no doubt about it. I thought the government was going to regulate it and kind of make it tough. Man, it was all talk, man. It didn't go nowhere. I mean, there's new coins coming in every single time. Personally, if you really want to stay with the cryptos, go hard, because I saw one guy turn 20,000 to $1.7 million.
Crazy.
I said, man.
Damn, bro. The numbers that they be putting up and like flipping is just but high risk, high reward.
It's ridiculous, man. So if you're going to stick with crypto, I encourage you to stick with it. Find a mentor. There's a lot of them on Twitter. There's one guy, man, he's been killing it. He called himself the best trader alive, looking at his portfolio.
Man. All right, with that though, what's your strategy then with crypto? Do you swing or you day trade?
So for me, crypto is not for me. Crypto for me is I'm holding my crypto, so I don't trade my crypto.
Fair.
So what I'm doing now is if I get in some few dollars, I'm throwing it in each one of them, right? It's just too much work because I'm doing the stocks and the research. It's too much headache. So I bought BNB. Shiba. I'm thinking of adding a new one called LCR. My boy just hit me up with that. I think they partner with GameStop. So what I'm doing is I'm investing a little bit in there, a little bit in there, a little bit in there. But one of the things that I'm looking heavily though is what they call the staking. Staking in crypto is becoming very popular. I have a few things that I'm staking. My BNB, I've staked it, and I think it gives you some returns back.
As far as interest, right?
But eventually, I plan to really move heavy in crypto in the foreseeable futures. For now, I'm still enjoying my stock market, doing my option trading.
Yeah.
And,
and hopefully now our members are able to enjoy it with you guys as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. You definitely gave us a lot of insight, today in regards to trading options for sure. But you wanted to get into a bit about the crypto.
A little bit about the crypto. Yeah, just because I'm in it and I'm kind of just learning here and there, just very, very little. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Would you say like the technical analysis of crypto is kind of similar to stocks, or do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. So Forex, options, crypto, they all follow the same technical indicators. Demand and supply.
Yeah.
Crypto has its technical charts. If you go to TD or you're using Trading View, you know the technicals, where to buy, where to sell, and all of that stuff. So crypto is, if you can learn technical analysis, you can apply it to the same cryptocurrency trading as well. Now, the question you got to ask yourself is, are you a trader in crypto or are you an investor in crypto?
Okay.
So in that sense, is it that's what's in relation to like the style of trading, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not a trader in crypto. I'm an investor. So I put my money in there. If it goes 1,000%, 500%, I feel like I'm good, and then I'll take profit. So I don't look at technical analysis too much. I just listen to the fundamental news and I just jump on it.
No, I definitely can appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
No, so for our viewers, then we wanted to be able to know where we'd be able to find you. You know what I'm saying? To kind of get in touch with you and then also find out more information about the course.
Yeah, the course, definitely.
Yeah, so definitely, they can reach me on the my Instagram page. It's Oteng Investment, and let me give it out. Let me spell it out so that viewers can. Let me look on my.
You could just send it to us, and I'll put it up on the screen and all that. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. But it's basically Oteng _investments. They can send me a DM. And one of the things we coming up, we trying to re-strategize a few things, right? We're trying to come up with a course that is already online. You pay, you get in, and you get all the access, and then we have like a one-on-one meeting twice or once a week. So we're thinking about that structure. It's not finalized yet, right? We're trying to come up with a little bit more education, trying to come up with a website. And remember, there's not a lot of Africans that are doing this, right? I saw this one African who's doing great, who's doing this, and we also starting and kind of coming up with our own. So it takes time to build up, it takes time to grow, but we are very, very optimistic. We know what we have. We're very confident in what we have, and we want to go with that approach. And hey, if people want to join, they want to join. If they don't want to join, hey, listen, we want to also be able to give some free gems. So when you go to my Instagram, I give some free tips, right? This time I'm about to increasing that free tips, right? So that it's all about educating our people, getting our people to know what's out there and the possibility of starting now rather than in the future.
Man.
And don't forget 95%. I'm just gonna say that 95 is pretty high.
and that's the reason why we don't trade every day. That's the reason why I don't trade every day.
No, I definitely can appreciate that, bro. We thank you so much for coming on. And
thank you. Make sure you check him out, Oteng_investments on Instagram. Check out his course. I mean, watching this video, you can tell he's full of just knowledge.
He's got an excellent team in place as well. So yeah, bro. Thank you again so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you said you were going to share some of the results, right?
Yes, that's something that I'd actually would like to.
He's getting ready for that.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like ready to
if you wanna, yeah, bro. If you actually would like to get into some of the profits from the last, like I'd say 10 days, honestly, even because it's just been banger after banger.
Yeah, something slight,
So I guess I'll start.
The proof is in the pudding.
I open up. So going to the Telegram page. That's where the alerts come in essentially on a consistent basis, right? But all right, this is from a few days ago, like you were saying. You sent in the Netflix call, right? And then what's it called? So you sent in the Netflix call at 9:03 a.m. You know what I'm saying? At 9:03 a.m.
9:03.
When did the profit come in?
Is it this number?
Yep, right there.
The 6.
No.
Oh, the 3600 at 9:40. 37 minutes later. Oh, all right,
bro. And the market opens at 9:30. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So technically, that was 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Of the market opening. All right. As if you can get into a few more.
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, like there's okay. Go ahead and share something.
Right,
more
how about this? Let's do an overall, like from when you started till now. What would you say the percentage is, like in investment wise?
This is a lot, man.
That's the point.
It's a lot of money, bro. Yeah. It's definitely
percent wise. Let's not put a number.
The actual number, true. Yeah, but I've seen 5-figure months, like high 5-figure months.
I mean, my brother's doing some dumb shit with crypto too. You know what I mean? So I understand. I see.
So I mean, it's all good as far as that part. So
it's positive. That's all you guys even know. It's positive.
There's a what's it called? Last week there's a $5,000. You know what I'm saying? $5,000 payout. From 2 calls that you predicted. You know what I'm saying? And we'll put the screenshots in. We'll post the screenshots in so you can see what we're talking about.
They'll see it. They'll see it in the course.
But yeah.
Definitely. But like I said, I mean, we don't like to blow our horns, right?
Yeah, of course.
But results is everything, right? One of the things that I would like to say before I end this call is, listen, guys, if you're young and you're coming up, all you got to do is learn a skill. Perfect that skill, because guess what? The generation that is coming up, man, from what I'm seeing, they don't like working for people. I don't know what it is, but I just feel that this generation just like to actually get their money on their own, and they like to actually be free. That whole freedom language is actually picking up higher pace compared to the baby boomers. So if you're a young kid, and listen, start now. Reading, perfecting a skill. I don't know. I'm not saying just do options, whatever.
Not just anything. Yeah, absolutely.
And then perfect it. When you perfect it and you can find a mentor to coach you and guide you, you can rise quickly. You can rise quickly at a very, very young age. And then you'll be able to surround yourself with so much knowledge that it's just mind blowing. Don't wait. Don't think you're young. The time is now, because you never know. Jesus can come anytime soon.
At any point.
That's beautiful.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you so much. Make sure to check them out. Oteng Investments. I'll put it in the description. Don't worry.
Yeah, as far as the Instagram and everything, you know what I'm saying? We'll have you tagged in the description below for sure. And man, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
You guys are doing phenomenal job. Keep it up, man. I want to see you guys up. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you on all the platforms or whatever it is, man. Hey, man, support these fellas. They're showing some great love and showing the community some great stuff. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, man.
As you can see, we did have a special guest on today. He had a lot of knowledge, and make sure to check out his course. Tune in next week for another episode. It's your boys.
Jesse Boy
Fitness. Take care. Deuces.
Peace.